All right. Hello, everybody. This is Valerie coming back to you from my new station, YouTube station, Coaching with Valerie. Thank you guys for watching, coming aboard, whether you're watching this live or watching this at a later time. Today's session is going to be really, really short. I just wanted to come on here last Thursday, Friday. I had an interview with one of my mentors that I'm going to be posting that video very shortly as soon as I get it from him. One of my mentors from the Netherlands. I did an interview with him on Thursday, so I'm waiting to get that video back from him. So until that time, I don't want to waste any time with coming to you. I want to be consistent with coming to you at least once a week and providing you with what I promised, which is value and some content. So the video with my mentor from the Netherlands, he actually recorded it, so I'm waiting to get it from him. As soon as I get it, I'll get that up and posted. So I wanted to come on here, like I said, in the meantime, and kind of just share from that interview. Again, you guys will see it once I get that video from him. But I wanted to share kind of what came about with that interview that I did with him. Again, an interview that I did on this past Friday, with one of my mentors from the Netherlands. And he's a businessman. He is a believer. He is a Christian. He's going to give his testimony on that interview and just kind of share some value bombs, just some hidden secrets about what he learned on his journey as an entrepreneur and a successful businessman. But I'm not going to give all the goodies away, so you'll have something to look forward to as soon as I get that video from him. But I wanted to talk about some key things that I got out of the interview, but not giving away everything that happened in the interview. So one of the things that he shared, I mentioned that he shared about his testimony, how he got into business, what that journey looked like, and he mentioned about being delivered to come into who you truly are, being delivered to come into who you truly are. So if you, and this goes for anything in life, not just in business, if you have any dreams, aspirations, not only in being a business owner, entrepreneur, online marketer, we're all going to go through our individual journey. All of our journeys are going to look different to bring us to that end result and where we actually are supposed to be. So all of our journeys are going to be looking like. So this is tailored for business. So I'm going to be I'm going to focus on that for the sake of what my content really is. So he's a business owner. And even if you're a successful business owner, aspiring, you're an entrepreneur, we are all going to have to come to new levels, depths, and heights to really begin to what's in us to really shine forth and really come forth as to who we truly are. And so there's going to be several deliverances that we are going to have along our journeys. To come into the fullness of who we are. And there may be some things that we're going to have to go back and revisit in order to sharpen that thing and to bring fresh life. So that was one of the things that I got in when he shared his testimony about how it is just being delivered and giving yourself permission to be who you truly are. Now, some of us may not even know who we are because we're still in this self-discovery of our purpose, our destiny, what that looks like. So some of us may not even know who we truly are. But one of the things with entrepreneurship, one of the things with business is it has a way of drawing out everything out of you, the good and the bad. You begin to have self-discovery about some gifts, some talents that you didn't even realize that you had that begin to shine forth. And then there's some things that you realize, okay, I'm a little weak in that, or I'm finding myself challenged in that, or I'm feeling a little ick about that, or having a little attitude in this particular area. And you'll have to hone in on that skill and develop. One of the things with business and entrepreneurship is it challenges our character, our integrity, and I like to call it the fruits of the spirit that comes from Galatians chapter 5. The fruits of the spirit And that's with everything in life. I'm not going to go into detail. I may float that up as a balloon, catch that value bomb right there, float that up as a balloon. I may speak to that a little bit later on, maybe in another session, I'll speak on to that because I can hear that. But the fruits of the Spirit in business, and this comes in every area of your life, but especially for us business people, entrepreneurs, online, whatever space you're in business, this is even more imperative about having the fruits of Spirit in business, doing what we say we're going to do. If we say we're going to provide, for example, with me, I've made a commitment to bring my viewers content on business and multiple streams of income and sharing some of those multiple streams of income with you guys. And it's a big commitment. I made the commitment. Now I have to stick to it and deliver content to you weekly and stick to my commitment. And so that is a form of integrity. That is a form of living up to your word. It's establishing trust. And so it's very key, even more so now with COVID and coming through COVID. And we've had so many opportunities for business owners to find funding, and so many opportunities for people who are not having their own business to come and own your own business. And there's so much information out there about coming into your own business, how to do it, da 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 da. And that's all good and everything, but you have to find the business model that is going to work for you. And that's, again, is going to take some self-discovery. It's going to take some mistakes. It's going to take some risk. And we have to be willing to take a risk. But I want to get back to being delivered, to coming into who you truly are. And you'll see me looking down because I'm referring just to my notes here to make sure I don't miss anything. And speaking to that, giving yourself permission to be who you are. And as I said, some of us may even not know who we are because we're still fleshing that out, and that's fine. So long as you are on that journey, discovering that you truly need to figure out who you are and give yourself permission. Looking at your motive is another area. Why you're doing business. Why are you in business? Why did you come into business? Are you doing it to make yourself feel better? Are you doing it to fill a void in your life, whether it's lack of self-esteem, loving yourself, to prove yourself to other people? You really have to examine your motive, because if you're coming into business or in business and your motive is not pure as to why you're in business, you will not last. Because those times when you are having your downs in business, if your motive is not pure, your motive it won't sustain you. If your motive is impure for being in business and doing business, when you have those nights when things aren't coming together, if your motive is not right, it will not sustain you. When your motive is right and it is in you, you can have your lowest lows, but there's something in you because you have the right motive and a passion to do what you love to do. It's like you got 9 lives. You may get knocked down, but you're back up again. There's this thrill, there's this sense of fulfillment, there's this sense of, this is what you were meant to do. It brings life to you. And so even though you have your hits, it's an oxymoron, it still brings life to you. You wouldn't do anything else. So coming into being delivered to do what you're called to do and giving yourself permission to be who you are. The third thing is, and if you don't know who you are, stay on that journey, stay on that process, work that business that you have, because the business itself is going to draw it out of you. You're going to find, you're going to hit a place in your business journey where those gifts, skills, and talents that you didn't even realize are going to come to the forefront. I'll use myself as an example. In my business, I'm a technical person to a certain extent, but in my business, I was technically challenged. And I think it was because there were so many layers, and I wanted to get them done and up and running in a certain amount of time. But I learned in my business journey that what came out of me as far as what I love to do is writing. I love to write. I love to blog. I love anything to deal with writing. I love. I love doing ad copy. Now, hadn't I stayed on my journey in business, I would have never found that love of doing ad copy. But it's natural for me to do. I've got tons and tons of journals, bags of journals. So when I found that self-discovery of loving to do blogs and copywriting, it made sense because I've got bags and bags of journals. And those journals have turned into some other things, multiple journals. They've turned into a lot of things, but that was an area of self-discovery for me in my business, is loving to blog and do copyright and do written advertising. And so if you are on the journey, you're in the journey, been on the journey for however amount of years, you will continue to face this. One day, you'll be along the way, and then you will have a season where you'll go through this. The seasons will come and go. So if you're not sure who you are, and when I say if you're not sure who you are, I strip it down to who is the person behind the businesswoman, behind the businessman? Who is the man, the woman that started that business, and why did you want to start that business, whether it's online or a brick and mortar? So I share that piece with you from the interview that I did with my mentor from the Netherlands. Let me check here on my notes. Like I said, I don't want to miss a thing. Third thing, the importance of having mentors. Now, I've had many mentors along my business journey, and I didn't even ask for them. I was just introduced to them. They just kind of fell in my lap. And I was blessed and gifted to have, I'd say, let me count how many. I think I can count on one hand the mentors I have. I think I have about 4 or 5 mentors in the business arena, very successful Christian business owners and entrepreneurs. And I have been blessed and gifted to have mentors in my life that I didn't even ask for. But I was called into entrepreneurship in 2017. I come from the healthcare industry and been in the healthcare industry for over 20 years as an medical account representative, as a health information management systems analyst, and served in that space for 20 some odd years. And in 2017, I got the call into entrepreneurship. And it came through a ministry out of Illinois, and through a business school called Joseph Business School out of Illinois. I'm not going to mention the name of the pastor because he's very well known and we all know him, but it came through his ministry, and he has a business school called the Joseph Business School in Illinois. And I found my calling through his ministry of coming into entrepreneurship. So I started my journey. I not fulfilled the call, but I started my call in entrepreneurship back in 2017. But I have a degree in business management and always loved business. Even though I was on the healthcare side, I still was on the healthcare business system analyst side of the house in healthcare. And again, when I got that call in 2017 to step into entrepreneurship, I didn't do it full time. I kept my day job and worked my entrepreneurship on the side, wherever opportunity I could get. And fast forwarding right now, COVID was one of my best years because I was able to really hone in and get more deeper involved in my business, and had some other opportunities that were presented to me. Got introduced to a new mentor back in September of 2020. two mentors, as a matter of fact, who have just been, I don't even have the words to say about these two mentors that came in my life recently in 2017. And with that being said, the importance of mentors, to have people to speak into your life that can address our blind sides, to show us new, innovative ways of doing things, to stretch us, challenge us, to speak truth to us, and constructive words of criticism, and being able to take those words and use them to better yourself, number one, and what you're doing in the industry of entrepreneurship. So mentorship is so critical. If you don't have a mentor, I mean hands-on mentor, because I know that there are people that we glean to, identify with on TV, social media, da da da, and that's all good. That's all good, but I'm talking about a mentor that you can get on the phone with, that they can see you, and can really speak into your life and what you're doing and call you to go up higher. We're not going to be, you can't do everything on your own. In business, you owners know changes all the time. COVID, a perfect example of how a lot of businesses have had to go online. A lot of businesses have had to stretch in technology, in ways of doing things, getting on social media and so forth, and stretching themselves and learning some new things. And so mentor, hands-on mentor is critical, is critical. If you don't have a mentor, I suggest that you really pray, seek the Lord, and ask for a mentor. Now, if you are not a believer and don't believe in Jesus, that's all fine. That's fine, but you're still going to have to get a mentor. And my suggestion for you is to find someone that you identify with, glean from, and start shadowing them, start picking their brain and asking them questions, and do model after them. What we aspire to become, and what we behold, we actually become, like a mirror. What we behold, and the longer we keep beholding something, we eventually become. So if you don't have a mentor, and you're not a believer, uh, go on social media. I know that a lot, there's people that you can identify with. Start getting into some groups. If you're not involved in a group, a business group, start getting involved, start doing some collaboration, start joining, whether it's a Facebook group or some type of business group, and get yourself exposed all the more, and find a mentor that you can identify with and that you aspire to be, that you really aspire to be, where you can say, okay, they're doing something right and they got something I want, and I want to be where they are. That's the person that you want to follow, and pick their brain and just learn from them, find out, what their routine is. The mentor that I interviewed this past Friday, he had two mentors, and one of his mentors was a pastor. And one of the things that he learned was that one of his mentors, had a daily routine, and that daily routine, and he mimicked everything his mentor did. So one of his mentor's routine was to get up and go jogging and exercise, go to the gym in the morning. And so he did what his mentor did, and he got up every morning and went to the gym. And by having that daily routine of going to the gym, it gave him extra energy and fuel to start his day. He was more happy. He was ready to take on challenges, and he was in a more positive mindset. And not only the health benefits from it alone, you guys get where I'm coming. You guys get where I'm coming from. So having a daily routine, but that's something that you're going to learn from mentors, because they have these tricks, they have these hidden things that they do, a lifestyle, a daily lifestyle that they do. But that will not be something that you'll be privy to unless you have a mentor. So mentors are critical. Let me go back down and check my notes again, see what else we've got here that I can share with you guys. value bombs. I want to talk about value bombs. And if you're following me, follow my station, I want you to just be paying attention because value bombs are going to fly left and right. And I'm not saying that to be cocky or to be arrogant. Um, I'm just saying if you have an ear to hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying, have that ear, get that ear tuned up to hear the value bombs that are going up, word plays. When I'm sitting under someone, I am always in anticipation. And that's what I mean by value bombs. The value that you're getting that you can take and hits you in a certain way where you're like, ooh, and you grab a hold of that and you sit and you chew on that revelation, and then you say, all right, how can I apply that revelation to myself? Because it's not just good enough to hear, but how can you apply it to your life and take action with it? And that's what I hope one of the main things is that I can provide you with this station is not only to show you income streams, but to drop value bombs that you can actually grab a hold of and apply in your life and see some change, see positive change come for you, for your business, and from everybody around you. So, be in anticipation. When you come and you're listening, come with a positive mind frame that you are going to hear something today for you that you need. No matter how great or small it is, you are coming and you expect to get value that you can take and that you can use no matter how big and small it is. So that's what I mean by value bombs. And there were some value bombs that were delivered on that interview that I did with my mentor. His name is Steve K. And he's from the Netherlands. And again, successful business owner. I can't say enough words about him. But I'm going to share just a couple of the value bombs that he dropped on this interview. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's called, he gave advice for starting your business. Now, if you're new to the business world, entrepreneurialism, online marketing, he gave some 4 tips for when you are starting your business. I'm not going to give them when, I'm not going to tell you what they are. You're going to have to wait for that video to come on out. Second value bomb he gave was pitfalls to business. Now, this doesn't matter where you are in your journey in business, whether you're a newbie, intermediate, advanced, you've been doing it for years. There's pitfalls to anything that we do in life. Well, he shares some of those pitfalls in general in business. I touched on this earlier about the fruits of the Spirit concerning business, coming from Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 to 23, which is basically, patience, self-control, love, joy. Those are some of the fruits of the Spirit, but having those in business. Again, I said it applies to every area of our lives, but sometimes we forget when we're in business, we forget about that, that needs to carry over into our business. And so he shared about he didn't use the exact words, fruits of the Spirit. That's what I heard. And so I grabbed that value bomb and I wrote it down. And now I'm going to be sharing it with you. And that is going to be a whole different video. I am going to be coming and applying to this station business etiquette, in addition to multiple income streams and bringing on some guests to reinforce some of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I'm also going to be coming and bringing a little tidbit here and there on business etiquette. I just feel like it's so critical and important. It's easy to forget, but we really got to be intentional about having integrity, character, excellence in what we do in our business, and standing behind our name. I know we can get lazy, we can get a little messy, and forget, and it's not okay. It's not okay. And so I'm going to be applying some of that to our station and sharing as I am led on the fruits of the Spirit in business and how we have to have integrity and character, and showing ourselves to be trustworthy, and to be rightly dividing the truth, the word of God, and what we do in action in our business. So that was one of the value bombs I got, and as a result, it really weighed on my heart to come and share, but I'm going to do it in the form of etiquette, business etiquette. And it will be for, it doesn't matter what phase of the business journey you're on. If you've been in business for years and are experienced, this is going to be a refresher for you, a reminder for you, and also a challenge for you, a re-challenge and a commissioning to really revisit excellence in your business and in your character, doing what you say you're going to do. If you say, I'm going to deliver something to you by such and such a time, do it. And if you know you can't fulfill, you make a commitment with somebody to do something and you know you can't fulfill that commitment, that's fine. Just reach out to the person and say, hey, I promised I was going to do X and Y, Z for you. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do for whatever reason. But we must be people of excellence, even in business. So I am going to be adding some pieces on business etiquette in this channel. The last thing, value bomb, was the honeymoon of business, the honeymoon of business. And when we're starting out in business, there is a honeymoon phase. And we get really excited about doing the business. We may be thinking about all the money that we're going to do, how we're going to expand, and it we're just going to be so big and global and blah, blah, blah. And not even realizing that there is a honeymoon phase in business. And so this is why it's important really to check your motive for doing what you're doing, why you're a business owner, why did you step into business, the business that you have, revisiting that love for the business and why you're doing what you're doing. Because when that honeymoon phase is over, you need to be able to pull from your passion. You need to be able to pull from that motive, that pure motive as to why you're doing what you're doing. What made you start the business to begin with? And that brings me to a reminder, and I guess I need to touch on it. Okay. If you have been in business for a couple of years, whatever, and you're hitting a dry patch, it is understandable. It's like anything in life. We can do something for a number of years and then it begins to get dry. It begins to get monotonous for a number of reasons. You know, it could be from having such a long season of adversity and keeping afloat. COVID, number of businesses have had to fight and keep themselves afloat, financially because of taking a hit with COVID. And that can weigh on you, and you just begin to get discouraged and begin to second guess, get frustrated, all of that. And if your motive as to why you got into business to begin with is not pure, then you will not be able to pick yourself up out of that discouragement. You won't begin to make the shift out of that adversity, out of that time or season of adversity, which can be do or die for your business. So I share that with that honeymoon phase, going back to why you're doing what you're doing. Is it to prove yourself, to gain acceptance? Is it for self-image, to make it seem like you got it all together? And, whatever that void is, is the business actually filling a void? And what void is it filling? And so the honeymoon of business, we have to have realistic goals, realistic viewpoints and vision for our business. And if you're starting out, again, this is going to be why a mentor is important, or somebody that you can follow that has been successful, that you can trust, that can really share some realities of entrepreneurship journey, which is something that I hope to be able to share some of the real insides and outs. Because one of the things that we have heard during this year is just the opportunity that has been given to small businesses with the form of grants and stimuluses and what's becoming available to support business owners because of the COVID that we didn't have before. And with that being said, a lot of people now are starting to wake up to the idea of having their own business, and which is awesome and it's a great thing. But it is not as easy with anything. It is not as easy as what it may seem and appear to be. And so we really have to be equipped. We really have to be equipped and aligned with the right people that can keep us accountable, that we can grow with and hear truth and learn the right way. So I share that with you today. I just, like I said, wanted to come on here because I did an interview with my mentor on Friday and been waiting for him to send me the video because he's in the Netherlands. And so we did a Zoom call and he's, used his Zoom line to set it up. And so I'm waiting on the video and I did not want to wait any longer since the week is almost over without coming on and sharing. And so I wanted to share about that interview, some of the things I got from it, value bombs included, and share that with you. And when that video is available, I will make that available to you for watch and I will remind you and connect it with this video. So today's session, very, very short. I want to thank you guys for coming, and I will be on again this week sharing some more content, and you can expect to find me sharing content once a week. That's my commitment to you to share some content once a week with you. So thank you for joining me today. I hope that you found some value today. If you did, like and subscribe. The button's down here in the bottom on the right-hand side. Like, subscribe, and follow me. I will include in the description my contact information, website, and for further platforms where you can find me. So thank you for joining me. It's an honor to come before you and to really just lay my life down to serve you guys, which is another value bomb in the interview, is when we are businessmen and women and we've accepted the call to business and entrepreneurship. We are truly servants of the people. We are providing a service. We are providing a solution to a problem. And so this may be an opportunity for you business owners to go back and look at your mission statement. And you know how we have spring cleaning. Spring comes and we do spring cleaning around the house. This may be a perfect opportunity, even, to reassess your business and look at your mission statement. Do you have a mission statement for your business? And look at what it is, some of the things that your business stands for, and what you have said that your business will do, and the problem that your business is going to solve. Maybe you need to revisit that today and freshen it up. Maybe you may have to, after this session, sit down and chew and say, listen, I think I'm going to have to get on the phone and call some people and apologize for something or for something or what have you. And I pray that be the case, not from a condemning perspective, but to challenge us to go higher and to go deeper, to not settle, to do things with excellence, to that passion that we had within us to do the business in the first place, that would just be refired up and recharged. And so, and I just pray that for everybody watching, that you be recharged. If you don't have a business, I pray for fresh vision. I pray for fresh revelation. I pray for strategy, business ideas. I call them the ICIs, ideas, concepts, intuitions. I pray for the full gamut of ICIs for breakthrough, that you would break through past starting. If you have been sitting and saying, I'm going to start a business, I'm going to start it. Tomorrow I'll start it and I'll start it and start. And every day you're going to start that business. I pray for a breakthrough in passing the point of starting, which is another value bomb from that interview I did with my mentor. Breakthrough past starting up, breaking past the startup. Oh, that's another subject matter in itself. So, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, follow me on my other stations, and I will put those descriptions in the description of this video. Thanks again for watching. And by the way, it's Mother's Day. Yes, I'm recording this on Sunday on Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Enjoy your day. You deserve it. You are you are queens and princesses, and happy Mother's Day. Thank you for joining me again. This is Valerie from YouTube station Coaching with Valerie. Have a great day, and I'll see you later on in the week for another session with me. Take care.